Today we are working on the Golf Sport Wagon. Dan has a Unitronic downpipe because he loves spending that extra dollar for bubble wrap. It is a stock location cat, so he's hoping he can run it without a tune and get no check engine light. We have an O2 spacer. Wow, is that the cat right there? Tiny. Just a little tootski and a rootski. So why you want to do a downpipe? Maybe you want a little extra noise, some extra performance. It should spool up a little faster. Now, the IS-12 has no issues spooling up, but it should just make a little extra horsepower with that extra flow. And I think the first thing we need to tackle is this V-band up here, and then also removing the O2 connection on the downpipe, because your secondary O2 is right on the downpipe. So let's get after it, huh? First things first, wiggle these
connector for the
O2. And you're looking for that one that's lower down on the downpipe, not the one that's on the turbo itself. In this case it's gray, but I don't know that they're consistent throughout the years. This is a 2019 Mark 7.5 facelift. We'll tackle that V-band, which is a 7mm?
6mm, I believe. 6mm hex. One thing that's nice to have is the stubby 1/4-inch drive set.
Next thing is popping that V-band off the downpipe. There she go.
Now, if we were smart, we would have done this before jacking up the car, but nobody said we were smart. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
There we go. So now the rest of the work should be underneath the car. Got her almost as high as she can go. Gives you a little extra clearance.
Oh, I need a long 13 instead of this stubby one.
What are we doing? We got 13 on this mid pipe here.
Yep, so just 13mm deep socket. Loosen these two guys up. Luckily, nothing on this thing is too rusted yet. It's a southern car and it's only seen one light driving winter, so hopefully everything on here is just a breeze. But I said that, so we're screwed. So that's the old 13mm Ugga Dugga. Or just this.
Probably.
Kyle is the world's biggest fan of these Volkswagen lug nut covers. I just like them because they look clean. We're taking the passenger front wheel off in order to heat shield bolts that are on the coupler for the drive shaft.
What are we looking at now? That heat shield thing? It's like some Allens.
Extensions, some Allens.
Those two right there. Alright, so Dan's got a couple extensions on the old heat shield for this passenger outdrive.
Part of the problem is we have 1/4-inch.
Well, it's only a 7, what size is it?
8mm.
It's not a big, shouldn't be a lot of torque on that thing.
That remains to be seen.
It's like a weird castle nut, almost.
Hello and welcome. Probably fits on a Lamborghini too.
Looks like the same one that was on the RS3.
Probably. Okay, so now we need to get the one off the mating surface of the drive shaft and the transmission there, which looks like it's maybe a 14.
So those were 16 or A16? What were these guys? 7mm?
Oh, 8mm. 8mm with a couple extensions and universal. I'd be those. Cats. We gotta grab this guy right here. Which, what size it is? Not the one that I grabbed. It is a 10mm, so I just accidentally grabbed it. And we already have 3/8 ratchet extension, long extension, universal. So we just have to get this up in there and give her the old crack. And then we'll do this same thing again, because why not? And there's your shield for the front of the drive shaft. So now
we can get the drive shaft off.
either loosen drive shaft bolts, which they're 3 of them. And then I think we'll have to loosen this dog bone mount in order to give ourselves enough play to move the engine forward a little bit, and then pop this guy out of the way so we can get the downpipe out, fish the other one back up. This is 10
millimeter 12 point.
Yeah, I believe so. Interesting with a 1/4 inch ratchet, but who knows what could go wrong? Oh my god.
Oh, I saw her move.
I know it's loose.
Alright, and then drop her in neutral and spin it, or what?
I have the parking brake on, so no. But if you want to pop that off real quick. Is there anywhere in the back that you can just wedge a pry bar once we take the brake off?
So the trick to get the bolts in the right spot is to put the car in neutral and then grab one of these bolts. Car in neutral, brake off. Start rotating the shaft until the front bolt's in the right spot.
You're good there.
Right there. And then you'll want someone to stand on the brake so that the front doesn't spin, because even the handbrake's not gonna hold it because the front diff will diff out. So you gotta hold the brakes in the front, or put it in park probably.
I was able to get it. I guess we loosen the dog bone mount so that we can wedge the engine forward and pop that guy off. Probably makes sense. Ow! Oh, that hurt.
You just eat her out with this.
Oh, that is like...
What'd you do?
I jabbed my finger into something and might need stitches at this point.
No way. Super glue?
Dirty is the problem. Like really dug into my...
So we should be able to shift the engine so that you can get the drive shaft out. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, so medium and small crowbar. You got it?
Nope. That would be me. Yeah. Drive shaft just popping right out.
Well, do you want to...
Did Dude Dad Wagon, whatever's nuts, get a good clip of this?
I don't know how much more leverage. Maybe that long one. Is that over here? I'm thinking where I was getting leverage there is probably a good spot. But it seems like one person is going to have to do the moving the engine and one person is going to have to...
And I just want to push it towards the driver's side?
Yeah.
All right, there's one there and then one that you can reach from the drive shaft section area. Right down there.
Nice. Work.
All right, so now this is always your magic right here. We want to send it up first to get that back section off. Nice. Now you just snake it out, Farmer Brown. Just the best noise.
Actually, if you can feed it down.
All right,
Steve Holt. Really, the only thing you fight is the lip where the V-band up at the top goes, catching a little bit of this heat shield, but it wasn't too bad.
now you just put it back in and tootsie scootski rootski.
For the O2 sensor, we didn't have the correct wrench, but I believe the adjustable wrench worked. This wasn't too seized up, so we're gonna carry this one over to the new Unitronic.
All right, so now that you have your downpipe out, take your Unitronic downpipe with your little O2 spacer prepped in position.
Somewhat prepped.
We're still gonna figure out which way we want to point that, because you want it to be pointed upwards-ish if you can, or else it can collect moisture and ruin your O2 sensor.
We don't want that.
So a lot easier going back in because it's just this small section and it's less chonky. What we're thinking is the best option for the O2 with the spacer is running the O2 towards the firewall, and then that'll allow the O2 wiring to clear all the hot spots best.
Without running over anything.
Without rubbing anywhere, and so that's where we have that. And that'll sit in the car kind of like that. Would be nice to have the O2 more vertical, just for moisture reasons, but I think most of the moisture is hopefully lost right here, but really no other option for that. Alright, we got this Unitronic downpipe. Comes with a mid pipe and then a reducer that matches your sports wagon. Yeah, that looks right. Ish, right-ish. Or maybe...
I guess there's some flex still in the...
Yeah, that looks lit, fam.
So the Unitronic...
Let me get your little Yeti over here.
They're all proud of these Raptors.
Fitting there, man.
Well, so I've got the sleeve slid all the way back.
Oh. Do we want to flip this guy around so that it's easier to bolt like this?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know why Volkswagen, they got hydro nuts.
But these V-bands have a little, I don't know.
Sealer thing, gasket.
Seal, gasket, metal gasket.
Crush gasket thingy.
And then you go like this, and...
You already got the V-band up there?
Yes.